Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in this weird, wide, wacky world that we call the Earth. And we welcome you to another episode of the continuing adventures of the vampires of Tarheel by Dark. This evening, we join Duke Woodrow Dannington as he begins his evening preparations, having just completed a ritual. It's and also having just been given the day's mail by his butler. And this is a postcard. It almost looks like a birthday invitation that includes an address. But basically, through your occult knowledge, you're able to decipher that this isn't just some random birthday card. There's something a little deeper on it, and also in the mail is also a short letter that has been addressed to you by a gentleman out of Washington, D.C. That upon opening it, it basically is a very nice and very cordial thank you letter from a like I said, the gentleman's name. What the gentleman's
Uh,
actual name is really isn't important unless Walt's
well,
got it.
I've got it. The name on it is Sean Sipe. Sipe. So,
And the thank you letter basically goes on to worded in such a way that it pretty much is, as you're able to read between the lines, that it seems like it's a thank you letter for having went out of your way to put the that Faye lady that you put her and her family up for the night a couple nights ago. It seems like it's a thank you letter for that. And also included in the postscript is that you have been sent a quote air quotes birthday card with an address where they would like to meet with you because they have captured an individual that may be of interest to you.
Yeah, sure. I'll go wherever the birthday card says.
All right. Come on, come on! Exciting, exciting, exciting! It actually has it marked three times. It has the address listed as a local address, about not less than 20 minutes from your haven. And it is a birthday for one Juan Miguel Javier Lopez.
I will go visit Mr. Lopez's place then.
All right. Meanwhile, as Woody is getting prepped to go visit SA Holmes here, we switch scenes momentarily to that of Mr. Nathaniel Ashford as he is making his way down to the coastal districts of the state to see to some business at one of the many at the porn studio he has down in that area.
Alright. Well, I would have checked the books, kind of, the girls were everything, um, and basically just made sure that everything was straight before, heading around. Made sure that we were up on taxes and, filming, registration and everything, everybody was passing out rubbers and that's below
Let's
board.
say, Josh, give me just a second. I'm getting a slight feedback on PAX.
Oh, no problem.
All right, thanks, bud.
But yeah, I would have just been making sure that everything was straight up and, everyone was using protection and the taxes were paid up and, everything was, straight up in the air.
Right. Also, like I said, as you basically as we let you know ahead the other day, you've been seeing those mailboxes around in your area specifically with Fear the Seven. That's been any manner of graffiti to spray painted onto the mailboxes. As you head further to the eastern part of the state, you see them again. Also various different areas. Although you do see there is a large billboard, as in the type of billboard you would see on the interstate, that has the same type of what you assume is, it looks like an advertisement, but you being of the kindred condition, it just looks very suspicious.
Yeah, it looks more like a kind of an esoteric sort of symbol. It looks a bit, arcane, archaic, a little bit old world. So, what's the exact symbol?
The symbol, there isn't even really so much a symbol as much as it's just text. It's
Okay,
just words and letters.
okay. So I'm gonna make a investigation perception roll, and then follow that up with a quick computer search on any sort of esoteric chronology, numerology, and anything related to it to see how that goes. See what the number 7 is associated with and that kind of thing. And woo boy, that's a
Nice, very nice.
so yeah, that's
Seven. The number seven is actually used a lot in a variety of cultures. The first thing pop into your mind though is that a good number of religious organizations use that number as a number of completeness, and it's also used a lot through it's used a lot in what's the term I'm looking for here? Sacred geometry.
hmm so first thing that would pop up in my mind because of that would be relating to the Masons and perfect circles. A secret society is an enclosed group, therefore is sort of related to a circle. So my brain's kind of spinning, forming correlations there. And I'll just be kind of looking around and, like I said, making notes on this stuff while, like I said, noticing this on the billboard. I'm assuming they have a certain amount of power and clout, or at least a certain amount of money to keep hiring out all these advertisements and keep messing around with mailboxes. No one making much of a stink about it. It just seems that they're attracting a lot of attention and kind of blatantly saying, "Come at me, bro." So it's like, okay, this little
All right.
enclosed
As
society.
as we move over to Miss Hopkins, who has basically you were able to get up with the Duke of the East Carolina District, where a number of correspondences give you the address for you to meet him at, and it is where we pick up that address at time that Mr. Dannington is arriving here. The address looks like it's some type of a church, and as you approach closer, you can tell that it is in fact a Baptist church.
Hey, sorry. People looking for me. So I arrived in my car. Went to my goal driving. We sort of circled the block to make sure there's not anything too, not any obvious ambushes. Um, so perception, awareness. No, perception. Streetwise, would you say?
I'll give it to you on Streetwise.
Okay. Uh, 6 dice. Oh, no, not that. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's
you don't see anything.
okay. So with that, I enter, or I exit the car, I, of course, have some magical foci, general occult materials, different, again, substances, foci, powders, the old kit. And I exit, and I
There
enter the
is
church.
a
Or
there's a big Escalade pulling up.
Also, on the front door of the church, you see a typed piece of paper taped to the door with an arrow pointing to the left that reads "Use other door."
okay, I take it down and stuff it into my bag and follow the arrow to the other door. If there's one available.
Yes, there is in fact one around on the other side of the church. Looks like it's in an outlying building that is attached to the main tabernacle, and you see that there are a
Interesting.
couple of lights on in that building.
Okay.
Woodrow
Well, I
Woodrow
will make my way there.
Okay, go ahead, PJ.
Woodrow's gonna walk in the front door because the thing that told him to not walk in the front door is not on there anymore.
As you step up there and pull on the door, you find that it is locked.
Oh, I'll just open the door anyway. I'll just lock it.
All right, I'm not going to have you roll for it. As you step inside, the lights are off in the main part of the tabernacle. You see there's a couple of small night lights are plugged into the outlets on the side of the building, on the side of the room there, up against and most of the pews have been moved up against the sides of the church. And you see that there is a door, a side door, right beside of the main stage area slash pulpit type deal with a metallic looking plaque hanging on the door that reads Fellowship Hall.
Alright, I'm gonna go in there.
Right. As you do so, as you open that door, you walk inside to what looks like to be a small foyer type room. Looks like they're using it for storage. You see there's a number of podiums in here. There's a shelf. There's a bookshelf in the corner that has a number of Bibles on it. There's PA equipment in here and whatnot. And as you finish turning the corner, you see a small stair step, no more than about 3 steps, that go down into a hall-like area, almost like a convention hall you would expect to see. There's a number of those long portable plastic tables that have been set up here with a number of metal and plastic folding chairs, and at the about 3/4 of a way into the room, there's a number of there are a couple of folding chairs that have been pulled away from the main table, where you see there are 2 individuals sitting with a third individual on his knees in front of those 2. He has been very securely bound, as best you can tell. You can see that there is binding around the just above his knees that have his knees pulled together, and his hands are behind his back. His mouth has been gagged, and that he is wearing a blindfold. It's also about this same time that you see another lady steps into this hall from a side door. Constance, this is you as you're stepping in.
All right. First off, as the players are coming in, one of the gentlemen stands up and looks, and then the one that's still sitting puts a hand on his shoulder and says, "Wait." He sees Woody first and says, May I help you?
Yeah, I'm the guy who was invited to the party.
Let's see, what is it? What title is it? Duke Dannington, then.
Yeah.
At this, he will stand up, give a very nice, courteous bow, and say, Sean Sipe, at your service.
Pleasure
Knight
to meet you.
of the Sealy Court of, hang on.
D.C.
Huh?
Washington, D.C.
Of, I've got a way of saying it. Knight of the Sealy Court of Columbia.
Woodrow, like an inclination of his head, like accepting his title.
And he will look around and see, actually, the one beside him will look around and see Constance, and actually point over. Miss. He'll look back over at Woody and say, "Is she with you?"
Probably. What's your name? And he's obviously looking at Constance.
She says, she bows formally and says, I am Constance Hopkins, Your Grace.
Yeah, she's here with me.
We were to meet.
Miss Hopkins. Please, have a seat, both of you.
Okay,
Are you
can I
expecting
roll
anyone else?
interpersonally? No, sorry. Go ahead.
He asked if we were expecting anyone else to the party.
I did not invite anyone else.
Very well.
Now, would a culture etiquette be more useful? I'm basically going to attempt to not make any faux pas during the introduction and damn my soul or something.
Etiquette would work.
Okay, plus charisma.
Manipulation.
Yeah, probably manipulation. Yeah.
Manipulation. Yeah, it is Fey. Okay, so let's see. I don't know what difficulty you want them on, but
Well, you got a 9 there. You got an 8 and a 9
That'll-
there at least, so you're fine.
You
oh, I didn't see the 9. It came up. Yeah. Okay.
You did right. You did right.
Okay.
And of course he's saying, please sit. I'm honestly not much for formality on occasions, so please just sit wherever you like. And actually this thing, and he looks down at the one that's kneeling beside him, tied up. This thing does not deserve formality. So please sit wherever you like. I brought him as a sort of thank you for treating one of mine very well. And he nods to Dannington.
Well, I saw a fellow enlightened being that was being hunted by the Infernal, and I've made it my personal duty to eradicate them where I can find them.
A very worthy cause. For that, I salute you, sir. Now, how would you like to do this?
Woodrow will walk over to the being chained up, and I'm just going to shove my hand in his mouth and rip out like a tooth or something.
At this, you hear the other one go, and he looks at his lord, and he shuts up real quick. It's like he waves, the knight waves him off like it's okay, and he just turns and watches.
The gentleman who you just detooth, he lets out what would have been a scream, but between the gag and the muffling, it's kind of hard to tell exactly what he was screaming.
Okay, I'm going to lick his blood and do taste of blood on him.
All right, now remind me the details on that one.
It tells me if he's a kindred or vampire or ghoul, if he's any of those things, or if he's
all right.
And then if he is a vampire, I can get like his gin and other stuff. If he's just a human, then I won't get anything else. But yeah, that's what I'm starting off with, to see if he's of my kind.
All right.
Roll me.
Even if it requires, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to require the roll in this one. He does appear to be of some kindred predilection. Not exactly a kindred himself, but if maybe a very young ghoul, young as in not necessarily age, but as in ghoul in only like the last few nights.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Then I will slip off his ball gag.
I told you. I've told you everything I know. I don't have anything else to give to you.
Who's your regnant?
Hearing a different voice this time, the gentleman's head turns towards you, Woodrow. Oh, couldn't get me on your own, so you decided to bring help, huh?
Yeah, sure, whatever you want to think. Who is your regnant?
What makes you think I would dare speak his name on holy ground?
Supposedly, there are 209 bones in the human body. Did you know that?
He doesn't respond.
Okay. I'm just going to... I have potence now, so I'm just going to take his finger and crush it. One finger.
Nice. He screams suitably loud, the echo of his voice ringing out through the fellowship hall.
The underling beside the knight very quietly, not enough to interrupt you, but audibly says 208.
See, that was just the end of the bone in your index finger. So I have 2 more index fingers bones to go. That will leave you with 206. And I'm very patient and methodical. I was wondering if you could please give me the name of your regnant.
You fuckers have me on holy ground. Its name, and even if I try to say his name, it will not. You wouldn't understand.
Okay, can I make an intelligence demonology roll?
Yes, you can. Specifically, intelligence occult.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I do have a specialty.
Because I know you have the specialty in it. Yep.
Yeah. That's 8 dice. If somebody could roll that.
Also, now, Pat, you can jump in anytime you like here. Just whenever you finish speaking, make sure you mute yourself back.
Wonderful.
So I got 1, 2.
No, yeah, Constance just continues enjoying the show. She doesn't quite know what's going on, but she's going to, look impressed and not step on any of the good folks' toes and get out as soon as possible. So, until then, yeah, let's watch and see what happens.
I ignore 1, so I have 3 successes on my demonology roll.
It is not uncommon for any number of various denizens of the underworld to have a lack of power on holy ground. It's also not uncommon for any number of legitimate demon, as in actual Lord of Legions demon, to have no power on a holy ground.
So, but if he is Gould, that must mean he has a regnant, but his regnant's name, is there any reason that it wouldn't be able to be spoken on holy ground? Like, would he
Not
be
his regnants. Not his regnants.
right? Who he has a demonic pact with, he can't say it here, sure. But his actual regnant, he can't say.
That is correct.
Okay. I know a thing or two about demons and the infernal and how they work. And I'll crush the next bone in his index finger. After he screams, I will say, so I know that you can say the one who gave you the blood to make you live forever and to make you stronger. So you will tell me that name.
He doesn't seem like he really wants to say it, but he kind of mumbles through the words Flanagan.
Okay, I have kindred lore. Who is Flanagan? Is he relevant?
Nothing pops. Nothing is, nothing's really nothing's really, coming to mind.
I'll turn to the Tremere. Tremere girl.
I sort of smirk. Yes, Your Excellency?
What are you good at?
What am I good at? Well, I'm particularly blessed with an ability to, how do we say, find and preserve objects of importance and antiquity. It's my passion, my hobby of the last 200 years.
Sure.
That's what I'm good at. I'm also good at getting the job done and not asking too many questions.
Are you gifted in all
that? Unfortunately, Your Excellency, that is a power I neglected, or more accurately, my late sire neglected in my training. A bit of the old thaumaturgy that he was. Now, it is something that I deeply regret and would be greatly appreciative if I could get the chance to learn on whoever my gracious teacher would be at the time, of course.
Sure. So, you understand then dominate?
Not as such, sir.
You are a Tremere who has no skill in dominate or aspects. I'm guessing you only know thaumaturgy.
To be fair, I know a bit of aspects, but not as much as I'd like.
Okay.
Again, a bit of a odd.
What paths of thaumaturgy are you adept?
Well, straight to the point, are we? I don't believe at this time in a working relationship that I'm going to just divulge all of my secrets, but perhaps another question?
I assume that you're somewhat gifted with the path of blood, given the fact that you're a thaumaturgist rather, and your clan has a predilection to want to use that more often than any other path. Have you
That would be valid.
Have you splintered
That would be a valid assumption.
Yes, I'm wondering, have you splintered off into any other paths that may be useful for interrogation?
Interrogation. Well, if he's a fan of supernatural parlor tricks. I could pick him up and make him fly.
Okay, movement is not useful in this situation.
No. Other than that, I'm afraid not.
Do you perhaps have the ritual eyes of the past? He's clearly showing more knowledge of thaumaturgy than anyone who doesn't have thaumaturgy should know.
Oh yeah. I could tell with the taste of the blood. I was gonna see if I could roll to spot that. No, not currently, Your Excellency.
Fine. Woodrow will turn back to the guy.
She's clearly a little bit miffed that she's useless, but doesn't say too much.
He will look at the guy. He's gonna pull up his the guy's the thing where he can see, and he asks if the guy can be unchained.
He looks down at the one that's chained, looks back up at Woody, looks back at the guy. Yes, I believe you can handle this. Better than I, possibly. He'll reach into a pocket on. You see that I didn't describe this before, but you see he's actually wearing a vest. He'll actually reach into his vest pocket, go over, and click one of the locks with a you suppose a key, but he bends down before he reveals the key.
Sure. Do you does anyone want to go for a jog?
That comment seems to confuse your captive.
After, he is unchained from the ground, but not necessarily completely unchained. His legs are free, but his arms are still, I'll stop at the, tell him not to unchain his arms. I will say, I will look into his eyes, and then can somebody roll me, I think it's manipulation, intimidation, which would be 3, 4, 5, 6. Difficulty is willpower, which is what?
Willpower of 5.
Oh, wait, well, that's 3 successes because I ignore a 1. So 3 successes. I'm dominating him to guide me to your regnant. And then I kick him in the butt.
Okay, that's creative. He takes you. He takes you to a back into that little foyer area.
Sure.
And he seems to be looking. He seems to be looking for something. And when he finally finds a map, he folds it out onto a table there in the foyer, and he slams his index finger down on a point on the map.
I look at that spot.
The spot does. He slams the spot does say Greenville.
Oh, good, because that's where we are, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take
The
out.
address he gives you. The address he gives you is vaguely familiar.
Oh, fuck. Is it the house next to mine?
No, but it is the old occult shop that you had visited before.
Oh, motherfucker. Flanagan's the one that's been giving you blood, yes or no?
He nods his head.
And you meet there with him to get your blood?
Again, he nods.
When is the next time you're supposed to get the blood?
Let's see. There's an actual timetable on this. Uh, Monday?
And you don't have any way to get in contact with him?
Yeah, but if I call before Monday, he's going to think something's up.
Irrelevant. You have a phone number for him.
He holds up his hands. As you see, he takes one hand into his pants pocket, and he
Hmm.
pulls a cell phone.
I'll take it.
With his thumb, he hits a couple of keys and pulls up a number as he slides the phone across the table to you.
Okay, I will call Nathaniel Ashford.
So Ed will ring a couple of times and I will pick up. What can I do for you?
I want you to look up this phone number and do some stupid computer things to triangulate where this phone is so I can go kill whoever has it.
Certainly. I'll put a trace on it right away. And as soon as he's given the number, he'll basically set to work on that. So I'll make a computer roll difficulty 4 because computer aptitude. Do-do-do-do. And boom, 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 boom. All right.
All right, I'll give it to you on that. The number is tied to a local phone in the Greenville, North Carolina area, and it is tied to a name. The name that it shows up as is a Christopher Roberts.
Christopher Roberts in the Greenville area. And narrowing down the triangulation a little bit further, you know,
All right, keep
uh,
rolling.
to see where his house is or whatever. So da-da-da-da-da, and boom, 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 much better. All right.
The address he gives you is definitely familiar. It's on the same road that your Haven is on, oddly enough.
Son of a bitch! Great. Okay. So I'm gonna turn back to the guy while Ashford's doing his computer shit, and I'll say, so has he given his blood to all of you that are in the coven at the shop?
All but one.
Who?
She's new. She's I don't even know what her full name is, but she's new. Like last week new.
So Constance is just sort of smirking and grinning, like, subtly in the back, trying to cover. Maybe she covers her mouth with a fan or something, but otherwise stays quiet.
And anything that you're supposed to do, any plans, any action, anything at all that you were given orders to do?
Well, he put me he gave me the high priesthood. That's something, I guess.
Or what are you supposed to do with that high priesthood?
Well, I kind of lead the rituals, the summonings and whatnot.
Oh, wonderful. So, like, do you have a book on this?
Not not a legit one, more a handwritten one that he's gave to me.
Yeah, where's that at?
That's back at this back at the coven
Yeah,
at the shop.
where is it at and located specifically?
It was in the back room, back there with the tea room.
Great. I will look deeply into his eyes and dominate him again. Can you roll me 6 dice? The dominate command is holy shoot. I ignore 1-1, so that's a fail, not a botch.
Ooh, what was the command?
The command was to divulge. Tell me anything pertinent that you feel I would want to know.
Okay, so did you use an actual command word, or were you using the higher form of it?
Yeah, I was using. I'm sorry, not command. I was using whatever second level is. I don't fucking remember.
The higher form of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Mesmerize.
Yeah, mesmer.
Yeah. All right, and so you got not a botch, but a fail. He kind of just looks at you, a little confused. I don't really know what you're looking for.
Okay. I will try to phrase the dominate differently because that seemed to confuse him. So I will be using command again, and I will say, tell me anything that you know would upset or cause harm to your infernal masters.
All right, roll it for him.
He did. I got 2 successes.
All right, there we go. That'll get it. Well, I know that you might want to know when the meeting times are. It's like the last Monday of the month usually.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, come with me.
He does so, still a little confused as to why he's suddenly giving up all this information.
And when I walk outside and I walk off, like, probably 30 feet with him outside the church, I ask him what his master's name is.
So wait, you went by, Will, they went by to leave?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Before you do, he says, when you're done with his boss, I have another gift for you, sir. I've heard you have gauntlets. Bring those with you.
Yeah, sure. All right.
Hmm.
So yeah, I take him outside, like 30 feet off of the church area, and I will ask him what his infernal master's name is.
He starts to speak, and he stops, and he looks around, almost as if he's trying to reassure himself of something. And you see, he takes one of his feet and taps it just beside of him, and then back even with where his body is. And he sighs. Maybe he won't take my soul for this one. Astaroth.
Oh, great. I'll drag him back to holy ground.
All right, got it.
I throw him down at the feet of the knight. I'm like, I've gotten all the information I need to know out of him. If you choose, he's originally your prisoner, so he's not my choice to destroy. But I would destroy him very quickly if I were you.
Oh, sorry, forgot I was muted. He looks at the prisoner. He looks over at his underling and says, I believe Squire Gordon would like to have words with him. So, yes, we can handle that. And you see that, the other gentleman goes over and, Sipe hands him the key, and he quickly goes over there and slides his legs back together and locks him down.
Cool. I will motion with my head at the Tremere chick, and I will slide my gauntlets off and hand them to the Fae.
Okay. He'll take them, set them on the table, and he'll snap to Gordon, who will actually hand him a paintbrush and a little pot of red paint.
Also, while you were out there, getting as the master, you got name of the guy's master, you saw what you thought was some type of a bird that was perched on the steeple of the church, and it normally wouldn't seem odd to you, but the bird didn't seem like it was exactly supposed to be there.
Okay, well then time up and rewind. Because for one, is the bird diurnal or nocturnal?
Could be either or. I don't know if you've seen Josh's bird form before or not.
It's golden eagle.
Yeah, I don't know if you've
That's
seen his form or not,
that's
but that's
If it's
that's
a
what you see.
golden eagle, it is most assuredly diurnal.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Well,
Like I said, you'll still get the guy's name and whatnot, but if you want to
I'm
handle
probably going to look at the bird and tell the bird you can come down, or I'm going to shoot you with a really big gun.
All right. So the bird will just kind of flutter down, just kind of look at him, kind of cock its head.
Okay. Who are you?
Uh, do I have the ability to speak in this form, Walt?
No.
Nope.
Oh wait, I don't. Oh, it could be magical. I don't know what it
You
is.
can
Yeah.
you can call as the eagle, but you'll have to change back to talk.
All right.
Is,
So
is
I'll
he
call.
is he an actual animal?
He's
Yeah.
the actual golden eagle, but
If he is for the purpose
Animalism would let him
then I
communicate.
will use feral whispers.
oh, okay, yes, that'll work then.
Who
All
are
right.
you?
Just a friend.
You have a very poor choice of form, as you're a diurnal bird.
And with that, he'll just kind of shake his head in a very unbird-like gesture, and you'll see Ashford appear where the bird was standing, and he'll slip the mask he was wearing back into his jacket pocket and just kind of. Didn't mean to cause any disrespect. I was investigating an unrelated matter, believe it or not.
Are you learning the gifts of the gangrel, Mr. Ashford? Makes me wonder if I should rip your arms off.
No, this isn't a gift of a gangrel. I didn't extort any sort of discipline or skills from your people. This is an unrelated thing from a sort of a restitution for a unjust crime that was planted on me.
Please send the info for where I can go find that guy and kill him to my phone.
Certainly. And in a few seconds, you have the info where the guy lives and all that.
Okay, well then the scene will continue as we had done it past this then.
Yeah. Well, basically,
Okay.
you saw the bird as you were heading back, into the church. So you just pick it up from where.
Yeah, I'm good. So I think Pax wanted
Colin's
to...
going to exit, being polite, but not like thanking them and falling into their debt or anything. So I'm just exiting and getting out of there, but being cordial. So
All right, copy that. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
okay, yeah, that's okay.
Oh, so she was still in
Okay, I
there?
leave and follow. What?
She was still in there with the Fae? Or...
Well, yeah, as she was leaving, she did that.
Oh, okay. All right.
She would have left with yeah.
Actually, I'll say this. As you leave, just curious, what's your appearance? I have reasons.
My appearance is
Can you
one.
repeat that?
No, what is Constance's appearance?
Her appearance. 2.
2? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Carry on. He'll see you leave and say, "Good evening, miss," as you're getting up to leave.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
So regarding what to do
Carry
with
on.
the guy,
He'll look at you and he'll say, Constance, we're going to go murder an infernalist. Are you ready?
Of course. It sounds like a lovely time. Smiles, sort of cracks her knuckle or tinks the magical rings on her fingers together, sort of, prepping up. And waits to follow her Duke.
Okay, he tells you to go get in your car, and he goes and gets in his car, and he says to give him give him time to get the information together. It'll be about 10 to 20 minutes, okay?
Of course. I await your signal.
Okay. So while she's in her car...
Actually, all of you. I'll let all of you see this. As you're prepping to go take this guy out, you hear coming down the road there. You hear the sound of some type of a tuner or a muscle car heading your way. It sounds more like a tuner though. And as it passes, you see some type of a screen printed logo over the back glass. Those of you that have seen the logo for Southern Kings immediately recognize it.
And
What Southern Kings? Is that Bruja gang?
Maybe.
What in the fuck? I'm gonna go kill them too. I'm just gonna go, I guess, kill them right now.
Ooh, I'll get them too.
okay, so I'll just kind of quietly smile and let Woody do his murder kill thing because I got other things to investigate as to why a pagan group would be related to a Baptist church. So I'm gonna try and see what's up over here.
Okay. All right. So at this point, we're going to do a scene split. We're going to let go over to Operation Get the Infernalists. So the necessary time passes, and where are you going to head first, PJ? I'm assuming you're probably going to go to the shop.
If the necessary time passes, since I already have the info, what I'm actually doing with my time is casting 2 rituals.
Alrighty.
Can I get 8 dice there for the first one? Cool. I put the wood beneath my tongue and have deflection up, and then roll it again. And I have 3 uses of extinguish up as well.
All right, copy that.
And then I will drive to... Man, maybe we should kill the Bruja right now. Man. No, we're going to go kill this Infernalist guy first. I don't know for sure that the Bruja are Infernal. I'm sure that this guy is, so I'm going to go murder his face.
All right, copy that. Anything from the good Tremere before we go into combat?
No, I've put on a. Oh, sorry. Let me feedback my own link. So I put on a heavier duty sort of basically a leather jacket, a heavier leather jacket over my usual attire. Slip into something a little bit less scooty. Still sort of formal and proper, but not for a woman. Maybe like a pair of riding pants or something. And and with the leather jacket because she's learned her lesson in the last time with the exploding cell phone and all of that. So she goes, her ghoul drives. They take care not to look like they're together, but still close enough that they can follow and arrive at roughly the same time.
All right. So, PJ, let's kick this chicken.
Okay, bluffing stats all to 6.
All right, copy that. All right, as you arrive, like I said, I'm assuming you're trying to go to the going to go check out the shop first.
Yeah, I'll go do that real stealthily. Like, Woodrow will ask you if you're stealthy, and if you don't feel like you're very good at sneaking, he tells you to hold on a minute.
Staying right here, boss.
Okay.
The shop
So-
is odd this evening, which is odd during the week. There's apparently some type of there's a sign on the door that reads a basically 48-hour sale, and also on the sign is a note about a 48-hour solstice ritual.
I probably don't want them to do any 24-hour or 48-hour rituals. Sure, I'm just going to walk in.
Right. As you do so, you hear the a small bell on the door chimes as you head inside. There's like I said, there's not a particularly a huge amount of people in here tonight. You do see that there is one individual who is standing into that little back hallway that you've been down before. You see there is one individual standing right about where the hallway starts and the main sales floor ends. He is wearing a solid red robe, not exactly unhooded. And there are a number of other individuals in the shop that are wearing robes of similar color. The one he is wearing has a emblem right over the left breast. That emblem you would know the emblem to be a triquetra.
Mm-hmm.
And he has some type of a book tucked up under his left shoulder.
Okay, I'll walk up and shake his hand.
Good evening, my child. Oh.
What?
Good evening, my child. How does the night find you? You know, his voice is oddly soft for the for his build. Now that you've had a chance to get closer to him, the gentleman is not too different a build than you are, Woody. He's obviously nowhere near as buff or nowhere near as tall, but it's obvious that this guy put some time into his workout schedule.
So, did he check my hand?
Yes, he did.
Heightened senses for touch to feel if he's room temperature or like human body warmth temperature.
He nothing really suspicious. He feels a little warmer than you would think that he would, but it feels more like he may have just been in a warm room more than any type of supernatural warmth.
Sure. Well, vampires are colder, so.
Oh yeah.
So he's not cold and he's not like overly hot like a werewolf. So.
Constance enters. Can I make a Can I make a perception awareness check, just to see if I'm getting any real magical signatures and auras and vibes off of the shop, or if it's like a sort of touristy crap?
All right, go for it.
Yeah.
Yes, there are some legitimate signatures here.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I'll make mental note of them in the general area that they may be in the store, and then just continue on. Not looking like I'm with the Duke, but keeping him close enough that if action is needed, that I can be close enough to assist.
All right, got it. Continue.
Okay. So I was wondering if I could see your ritual that you have going on.
Oh, are you a practitioner of the faith?
Yes.
Oh, very well, very well.
Actually, I can't lie. So, no. Sorry, I forgot I switched paths, so I can't lie.
Yeah, you
So
did.
I go, no, but I am interested in seeing the practices of other religions.
Oh, no, I'm familiar. We have all been down a similar path. We like to call those of your predilections. We like to refer to you as seekers.
Woody smiles.
Yes,
Not
but yes, we have no problem with guests.
okay. I'm watching out for like demonology to see, things that might look like a normal ritual, but that are actually like perverted and they're being used for like infernal things.
All right. As the ritual, as basically he gets ready to prep, you see that one of the girls behind the counter, new girl, you've not seen her before in here. You see, she steps out from behind the corner and she heads to the store, the front door of the store, and she places a placard on the door. You're close enough; you can read it. It basically says, close for ritual will open, open in about 30 minutes.
Sure.
As does that, you see she locks both of the locks on the door, and she heads back to the cat hat behind the bar, where she begins to looks like she's starting to count down the register for the night.
Sweet.
After a number of moments, the gentleman with the emblem of
Wait, give me a second. Quick clarification. Did they lock the doors with everyone inside?
yes, they did.
Even the customers?
Yes, they did.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
All right. The gentleman with the emblem on his robe, you see, he literal moments, probably more like seconds, after she's basically got back to the register, he speaks. Good evening, my children and young ones who have come as an interest in the faith. Tonight, we invite you all to invoke the spirits of the Winter Wolf, that we may partake in her joys, and that we may welcome the new year. As always, first, let us welcome our guests. And you see a number of the gentlemen and a number of the ladies and gentlemen in the road turn to the individuals in the room and appear to be looking as if they're looking for specific people. Two or three of them head towards one of the customers as they shake her hand and basically introduce themselves and whatnot. You see this happens in all over the shop. And you see one gentleman actually heads towards you, towards both of you, but we'll handle PJ first. Well, excuse me, a lady heads toward you, PJ, as she extends her hand out as if in a welcoming fashion.
Okay. I just stand there. Like I don't know what the ritual is, so I'm not gonna do anything.
It looks more like a handshake than an actual that they're trying to do any kind of actual ritual. You know rituals. This isn't part of the ritual. This is apparently pleasantries.
Sure, I'll shake her hand.
Right. As you do so, you notice that she places her other hand over the top of yours, more of a cupping your hand into the into her too, as she looks up at you. It is a pleasure to have you here this evening. I am High Priestess Raven. I am High Priestess Raven. May I have the pleasure of your name, sir?
An interested watcher.
Oh, very well, very well. We can make do with that. But do make yourself comfortable. As I said, we always enjoy guests.
He gives a big toothy grin that doesn't reach his eyes.
All right, Miss Hopkins, a lady, no, excuse me, has approached you and in similar fashion offered a handshake.
She just
So could you say again your audio?
you're breaking up a lot. I'm trying to paraphrase and or
All right, apologies. Let's try that again.
yes, please.
Offers his hand as in cordial greeting as well.
Yes, and then Constance takes it, and did they address her directly by her name?
They did not. They basically just addressed a good evening, ma'am.
Okay, I thought that I heard you did. Okay, she takes it and says, I am Constance. And just
good evening. I'm running
doesn't
there.
give them too much more.
And as the gentleman has approached, you notice that he does have about shoulder length hair, and you see that he has a going braid on one side and through the back of his hair, almost like a Native American looking braid.
Interesting. What color hair does this man have?
Black.
Sorry?
Black.
Okay. Okay, not red. Interesting. Okay, well, again, John.
Right. The initial pleasantry is complete. And the gentleman with the emblem invites the assembled personages down that back hallway and into a small side room. As he holds the door open, and as the assembled cast files in, you see there are a number of candles that are scattered about the room. All of them are lit. There are a number of items on a table in the middle of the room. Items including that you specifically see an incense brazier, two what look like chalices, a dagger of some sort, and a small, looks to be ceramic bowl. By now you've assumed, if you know anything at all about occultism, you've assumed that he's a priest of some type. So I will refer to him by that as we continue. Their priest steps there to the table and he lifts his hands, and as if in a encompassing manner, and the gathered collection of people fall silent.
I'm sorry, what was that last thing you said?
As he lifts his hands out in a almost as if a way, almost as if making himself appear to be larger than he is, almost as if he would extend your hands to, as if you were going to hug someone.
Sure.
Attend us this night, O Lady Hecate. Attend us this night, O Lady Athena. Bring unto us thy wisdom. Bring unto us thy greatness. And as he states each line, the gathered cast repeats it in a slightly lower tone. This goes on for about 5 minutes, and as the priest takes up one of the chalices, he lifts it up to the ceiling of the room. O great and mighty goddess, hear our cry as we assemble this night. It is the water by which we are born, and it is the water by which we are passed. We present this water as sacrifice to your greatness. And as he lowers it, he drinks from it. And he begins to pass that chalice around the gathered individuals. And with this, I will give you guys an action.
So far, he has not done anything that is suspicious to me.
No. If anything, he's absolutely unsuspicious. I'd actually say, if anything, it's absolutely mundane ritual.
Yeah. Hmm.
No, like I told
I'm going to attempt, if at all possible, to see that the cup misses me in the rotation, if it's at all possible.
Oh yes, yeah. Actually, one of the gentlemen that's standing beside of you, he looks to you and offers, but seeing you step away, he continues down the line.
Okay.
From what I can gather about this ritual, there's nothing negative about it. So I will participate.
All right. As the cup approaches you, this is where shit gets weird.
Okay.
The chalice that he said was the water of their life does not contain water at all.
It's blood.
There is vitae in this chalice.
What a fucking bitch. Where did he get the chalice was already sitting there with vitae in it?
Yeah, the chalice was already on the table.
Okay, well, I look down at it, and I look over at it, and I'm like, this doesn't look like water at all.
Oh, apologies, sir. The water is more the symbolic term. You are free to not participate if you would like.
What is this?
Why, it is as simple as the life force by which we're born, sir. It's to put it in more mundane terms. We are, I guess you could use the word blessed by a benefactor that attends us on occasion.
This shit is gross. What is this, blood?
Yes.
Ugh. Some dude's giving you blood?
Well, everything is on the up, sir. We ensure that all of our donors have been tested and are clean.
Yeah, this is gross. I'm out.
Oh, very well, sir. You are welcome to leave. If you would so like, of course.
This guy's just ghouling up a whole bunch of people. What the fuck?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, I'm out. I don't want to kill all these people.
All right. Actually, one of the attendees does. You see the priest nods to a gentleman as he breaks ranks. He heads to the door and he opens it for you.
All right, well, now this scene is just Constance in there with them, so you can get to me whenever. I'm moving on to the vampire because I'm going to commit homicide.
Okay.
At an appropriate time in the ritual, I don't know. Should I roll a cult to find? Let me roll a cult knowledge to know what an appropriate time to just slip out would be. Specialty rituals. Actually, manipulation occult? Would you go manipulation?
Yeah,
Either way,
your
6 4.
manipulation's a little better, yeah.
We have 2 successes.
All right, same thing. Is basically that same gentleman who got the door for Woody, becoming aware of your basically slipping away. He quietly gets the door for you.
And I sort of just, as I pass the altar, I just sort of bow, in respect and formality and exit.
As both of you head back out to the main sales floor, that same girl that was at the cash register, you see her. You're able to catch that the screen on her register is black, and the little light on the monitor is turned off. She is leaning against the display case with some type of a book.
No, this is only for packs.
Oh, is it?
I'm asking.
Oh no, this is for both of you.
I go look at what book she is reading. I'm like, oh, what book is that?
It is it's an old Agatha Christie novel. It's nothing particularly occult. Oh, this is something I've been finally trying to get this thing finished.
No. I try to look at the book.
It is legit. It's legit. It's old Agatha Christie novel. I don't know an actual novel name. It's not really important. But
yeah, that doesn't matter to me.
so, you two, would you guys finish for the evening?
Yeah.
All right, let me get the door for you. And you see she placing a small piece of paper in the book. She sets it on the counter as she goes to unlock the door for you.
Okay, well, that dude told me where the infernal book is, and while she's up and doing that, I'm gonna try to move real fast, light on my feet, and try to get the book.
All right, you do see that there actually is a very thick hardback tome that is sitting, oddly enough, right out in plain view, right there in the display case.
Okay, well, if that's what the guy kind of described the book as, then I won't fucking take it.
Yep, there you go, got it.
Then I just kind of want to bail.
She's not paying, and by the way, she's not paying a bit of attention to what's going on in that shop.
Then I want to leave as quickly as possible.
Alrighty, done.
No, I want to murder somebody, but you can get to Ashford since we did a scene.
Alright. Alrighty, same thing as your research is continuing to bring you comes back around. there apparently isn't a whole lot of connection between the church and this pagan group. It's more of a lack of a connection than a connection that comes up to you. There's been something in the news about this Baptist church basically getting injunction after injunction after injunction to stop the pagan group.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been, and when I say injunction after injunction, I mean they've been apparently weekly putting in this paperwork.
Uh-huh. Alright. So, what I'll do is look around, see if there's anybody actually around.
All right, now you're still at the church, right?
Yep.
All right. The only people still around are the Fae that were in the church. Of course, you never came in the church, so.
Yep. So I will just kind of casually walk in, and just kind of not really paying much mind. I'll say hello to them, ask how their evening's going, and sort of casually kind of walk up to the first kind of Virgin Mary holding Jesus statue, because that could easily be camouflaged as a sacred mother kind of figure, and really a place of worship to Ashford is a place of worship. It doesn't matter where. But while he's doing this research, he's trying to clear his mind and meditating on the fact that he's lost one of his loved ones. He's going to try and kind of get his head straight and then
All
continue
right.
with this.
Walt, I'll let you have this one if you would like.
What was that? I'm sorry.
I'll let you have this. I'll let you have this part of do. Have this with him if you'd like.
I was only half paying attention. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
He's basically
Catch me up.
stepped into the church. He stepped into the church and basically knelt down to pray at
Yeah.
the close at one of the basically the altar there.
Oh.
Um,
Okay.
So basically, what he'll do is charisma performance or performance appearance, whichever would, He's basically trying to make a sort of appeal, just kind of like he's praying to the.
All right, roll it.
All right.
Roll it.
All right.
Okay.
Prefer not performance because.
Yeah. Okay. Whichever. Whatever you guys decide is cool.
All right, that would be more of an etiquette, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Etiquette and what?
Appearance. That's an odd dice pool, but appearance.
Okay, yeah. I'll go with that.
Okay. And 3 successes with specialties.
Oh yeah, you're able. You're fine.
4.
You're fine.
So he'll basically kneel down, kind of whisper to the statue, "Sacred Mother, in my time of loss and mourning, guard my former love against the machinations of others and the dark sorcery of the Giovanni necromancers that have her in custody at this particular moment. And as I investigate these strange circle members, protect me in my hour of need." And he's just sort of casually unbuttoning his shirt and slowly kind of slipping out the axe from his jacket and sort of kneeling on it like a knight praying on his sword, kind of like leaning with his knees up and just kind of, going through it, just trying to get his head on straight. Because, well, being spied out when you're freaking evil kind of had him out of sorts. So he's just taking a minute to kind of,
Yeah.
Um,
As you're praying, a name comes to mind. Taylor. John Taylor. You're not sure where it's coming from, but somewhere in there, just over and over, John Taylor. John Taylor. And you harken back to the card you received from. Remember the guy who was standing at
Yeah.
the gym
Yeah.
and gave you the axe?
Yep. So.
Yeah, you actually picture his face,
Yeah.
and you see that card that he gave you.
All right.
You know, and they just keep the images just keep repeating.
Yeah. So, with that in mind, he'll kind of stand up, quickly button his shirt, and kind of tuck the axe back into his jacket, and head out into the evening, making his polite goodbyes to the two gentlemen that look like ordinary human gentlemen. Sorry to disturb. And he'll just kind of dash out
Oh.
and.
Oh, you went through the fellowship hall.
Yeah.
Let's say, yes. Yes. Ask for me if you're ever in the District of Columbia.
I will do. He'll just kind of give a polite little bow, and I'll roll etiquette and whatever if I need to. But
That's it's cool. It's fine. It's fine.
Just go on.
Bow's a bow's a bow. It's
Yeah, he'll nod.
Yeah.
And actually, the other one will walk to the door, the front door of the fellowship hall, and open it up for you.
Yep. So he'll kind of give him a curt nod and head out into the night. And once he's like a few yards away, definitely out of eyesight, he'll do his eagle thing and kind of dart off to where the Jucundo studio is, so he can meet up with Mr. Taylor.
Yeah. All right. Now, Mr. Dennington, as you recall, you remember that that car was heading away from the location of where that church was. And the church ended up being literally like right around the corner from that shop. Literal probably within a couple blocks of that shop.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go. I have the address to this guy's house. I gotta stop letting this guy make goals. So I'm just gonna have to fucking go murder him right now.
All right. So the address ends up being the house beside of yours.
What in the fuck? Okay. Do I see any cameras?
You do not. In fact, actually, the house is actually boarded up with a for sale sign out in front of it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to get in, sneak in, stealthy like.
All right. No roll necessary. This guy apparently was either stupid enough or is expecting someone because he left the back door of the house slightly open.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try to find him in the house. I have eyes of the beast and heightened senses, and I'm sneaking around, trying to find him before he finds me.
All right. No roll again. No roll necessary. You find that he apparently had not awoken for the night. You quite literally stumble right onto his bedchamber.
Is he just like chilling in there?
Yeah, just chilling.
All right. Is Constance doing something?
No.
Yeah. Constance would stay near to the cars until the all clear sign is. She's gonna pop Auspex 1 for heightened sight. Not exactly gangrel sight, but it'll give her maybe a little bit of an edge. So she's that, and she's gonna be, ready to move on the Duke's command.
Okay.
And that's all.
hopefully I won't kill this guy, because I gave them my gauntlets, and my gauntlets are how I torpor people. I have the murder hands.
Mm-hmm. Because you never did. You didn't go back and get them yet.
No, they were doing stuff to him. I don't know what they do.
Yep.
So
yeah, he's just sitting there. He's laying there chilling. Apparently, obviously, like I said, if he is kindred, he's apparently not awoken for the night, or he's in some kind of looks to be in slumber.
all right, well, maybe I'll just go for a good old-fashioned steak.
All right, give it a shot.
All right. First I'm gonna prep. Can you roll me 10 dice?
Sure. Alright. And roll. Yeah, that's a lot of.
Okay.
Yep.
Then before I hit, it crackles with lightning, and then I'm going to stake him.
What did you just Levin boat it?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, make your staking attack.
Or stake.
I'll burn 1 blood for 1 extra action, and then for staking it's 2, and then 5, and then 6,
All right,
11.
and this will be at a difficulty of
13.
9.
Yeah, 13. And I'll spend the blood for the automatic potent success.
Okay.
Oh, 13. And about holy mother.
Holy mother of God. Yeah, that's quite a bit.
That's just
Yeah.
that's not
Three.
damage.
Yeah, that's still quite a bit.
Yeah, only 9s count.
6.
Only 9s counted, so I had at least 4 there.
You had
Yeah.
6, I counted.
Yeah.
Actually, you had a specialty in it, yeah?
Yeah.
No, not in
a.
staking.
Oh, okay, but yeah, that's right.
Okay.
But I do have a strength specialty and strong arms.
Okay.
So that's 7.
7
So-
plus 13.
Plus my strength, which is 6 right now, so 13.
13? Okay. We Emperor Palpatine steak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same thing. A lot
Right,
of
he
tens.
gets
A lot of tens there.
1, 2, 3,
Before
4,
he
5, 6,
does,
7, 8. 8 dice he is soaked.
all right,
Okay.
I'll get you. All right, roll. I'll give me the roll here in just a second. But before I roll it, as the stake basically pierces his body, immediately you know something's wrong because you're not feeling any kind of pressure pushing back against that stake.
Oh. I'm just ripping through it like paper.
Yeah. The stake has penetrated. The stake did penetrate, but you didn't hit anything.
So I'm like trying to disbelieve this illusion.
What illusion?
That's what I think it is. So what is happening? When I don't penetrate, what happens? Like, do I just sink into the bed?
No, you have not. You basically the stake sinks into where the heart should be, but you don't feel anything there with with the attack. You don't feel where a heart should be. Doesn't feel like the heart is there.
That's fine. So he still has to soak 8 though.
Yeah. So roll up them 8 for me, bed.
All right.
Oh, what is the soak pool?
Roll me 8.
Got it.
Holy balls.
Woo, boy. Woo. My.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He soaks 7 of 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then
That-
Josh, roll me 8
gentleman's
more dice.
eyes. Yeah, you see the gentleman's eyes pop open this time as he his eyes pop open as his head basically rises up to meet yours, but not before you're able to make the second attack.
Well, first he has to get the lightning part of my attack, which is 8 more dice.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Not before he rose before the lightning attack hit him.
One,
But I said, but go and roll.
2, 3, 4, 5. He has 5 at diff 8.
Okay.
All right, same thing. 8, please.
8 more dice.
Ooh, I'm earning my salary today.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Oh boy.
Oh God, that guy did pretty good. All right, so now for my second attack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna hit him with the protein claws real hard.
All right, go for it.
So that's 5, 10, 16.
Oh,
16
whoa.
dice.
All right, sir. I'll be right with you in a second. Whoa, boy.
No, it's 17, but
Yeah.
that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Ignore 1, 1, and then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Them Woodrow Dannington hands.
Yeah. 1, 2. Let me recount that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 minus 1 is 10. So 10 plus my strength is 16, and I blew for potence this whole round. So I'll get an auto extra damage. So
10 plus 16, you said? 10
no. It's 16 dice of damage. 10 plus 6.
Okay.
And this is without his gauntlets, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, boy.
Ignore that 1, 1, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 ag.
Good.
Yeah, give me 8 on it.
Got it?
There's a good chance he won't. There's a good chance you're going to get him, but give me 8.
Still doing pretty good. Gee.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's pretty good. So take 6 ag, and then you took 1 ag before.
Yeah, so he's a 7.
One,
So he's barely.
he took one. He
No, he took one
lethal.
lethal, didn't he? Yeah. So he's at 6 ag, 1 leaf.
Yep.
Yep, and then he gets 8 more lightning damage because I have 4 charges on this attack.
All
All
right.
right, swing.
8 dice.
Swing better. Got it? Oh.
Woody come up in the man's house and just straight fried him.
1, 2, 3. All right, now his turn to soak.
Yep,
All
same
right.
thing.
So I got 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
8.
All right. Hmm. It apparently likes the lightning.
All right. So he soaks it because it's diff 8 to soak, so he's good.
All right. As your basically all of this happens, in mere seconds, as you see, as basically the head and the part of the torso, the torso, basically rise up to meet you as you see from your peripheral. I'm gonna give you a chance to react to this. You see from your peripheral his hand come across, aiming towards your face. The fingers are more a long, bony protrusion, like instruments more than fingers, as if needles themselves protruded from the man's palm.
That's gross.
That's it. I'm gonna give you you got a reaction against this though, because you saw it.
Okay, so then we're in initiative, right? And he's just trying to attack me.
Yeah. Basically, you got the surprise jump on him, so.
Right. So now we're in actual initiative.
Rolling one then?
Well, hold on. I think the guy who plays console.
Did I come into the house with the Duke?
No, I was
I
under
don't
the
know if
impression
I
that you were still back outside.
Yeah.
Fine with me. Thank you.
But I'm sure you can hear like the crash of like some kind of thunderous blow because I'm literally hitting him with lightning.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you heard it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm
So
not pretty
yeah,
sure
when
I
I hear
am.
thunder, I'm gonna make my way in that direction at a hustle.
Cool.
And be ready.
So I will blow for 3 celerity actions, and I'm going to just attempt to punch him with the thunder hands.
Okay.
All right, he's gonna declare that he is going to swipe at your face and pray to everything that is unholy that he knocks your jaw off.
That seems fair.
Okay.
So who goes first? Who do you want to go
All right,
first?
he will go first. Give me, let's see, this is gonna be a strength, bro. Give me 14 dice, please.
Okay.
Ta.
Oh boy. Ooh. Oh my.
Seems pretty good. Is he specialized in this attack?
Say again, PJ?
Is he specialized?
Does he
He's
have
not specialized.
any kind? Okay.
I'm not that much
1,
of an
2,
asshole.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, go ahead and roll me 13 dice dodge.
Okay. Rolling 13 dice dodge, sir. Blah, 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 blah. And oh my! You guys are
1, 2,
glad that I'm
3,
lucky.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he only gets 3 successes. Wait, let me cut that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Yep. So 3 successes against me.
All right, so that's going to be 3 successes against his strength of 7.
So that's 10 dice.
Okay.
10 dice.
10 dice damage
10
rolling.
dice coming at you.
And whoa. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
And according to Jake, ones don't count for damage, so. Oops.
They do count against damage.
They
They don't count
They
against
do for
soak.
this guy.
Okay.
They do count for this guy at least.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying that they do count against your damage. They don't count against your soak.
Okay.
So yeah,
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 8 dice soak unless he has a way to prevent me from soaking.
actually as he connects, you do feel something a little weird.
Wait,
As he
time out.
connects across your jaw.
Wait. Time out. Was this specifically a head attack? Because then he would have got way less successes. Because that's Def 9.
Yeah, because he was swinging specifically for the jaw.
Okay, well then he only had 7 successes at 9 plus, and I had 9 to dodge.
All right. Well, you would have slipped out of his way. You
Oh,
did
okay.
see though, as you slipped the attack, you did see some type of a liquid fly off of his hands.
Oh, that's fucked. I don't want that to happen to me.
And also, following the direction of the liquid with your peripheral, you see the wall of the room and begins to slowly eat through it.
Yeah, it's fucking sulfuric acid or whatever. What the fuck? Hydrochloric? I don't know. I'm fucking this guy up. I'm just gonna punch him though. Regular old, normal, average Joe punch.
Okay.
All right.
So,
One good hit should take him down.
Dex Brawl. Gotcha, sir. What you at?
6 plus 5 plus 2, so 13.
Okay. Boom.
So -1, so I got 2 successes. Oh, 3 successes.
All right.
No, I was right the first time. It's 2. I have 2 successes.
Okay.
So, 2 plus strength is, my strength is 7 right now.
Yeah, plus your potent.
9. Yeah. I didn't spend for the auto potent, so it's just a die roll this time.
Yep.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So soak 6.
All right, give me 8.
All right. And boom, 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 boom. It appears.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So
Okay.
he takes bashing and he just takes 1 bashing.
And that's how.
So that one bashing though is going to be enough to push that lethal up to an ag.
No, it doesn't push the lethal down. It just would. It would if there was 2 bashing, it would have just given them another level of bash. You could put him into torpor.
Well,
But now he gets to
it
soak.
would have, but he bumps it up to an ag.
Oh, that sounds bad for him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's not happy about that, good sir. Not happy one bit at all. Also, it's
Okay.
about that time, Miss Hopkins, as you have made your way into the building, roll me a wits and investigation, please.
And if you would, could you roll me 8 dice because he's getting hit with lightning fists?
All right.
Yep.
No problem. Woo, a lot of dice rolls today.
Okay, 1, 1, so it's 3. So roll 8 dice, diff 8.
All right, 8 dice. If I got you some. And
All right, good, Miss Hopkins. As you are coming around the corner of the home, there, you basically figure out you hear the sounds of the fight, and you're also able to dodge, as you see from your peripheral, what looks like a frying pan that goes flying over your left shoulder.
From what direction does it come from? Towards the house or from away from it?
You're in the house. It came
Okay.
from pretty much about 4 o'clock.
Okay. But not anywhere near the fight.
No,
Correct.
correct.
Okay. Okay. Pulling up the rulebook really quick so I can have a better understanding of my disciplines on hand. So I immediately I spin around in a sort of a defensive position. I don't really have any points of combat, but I know basic athletic stance, how not to get hit in the head. What do I see?
As you do so, you catch a slight glimpse of a figure basically dodging behind what looks like either a door or a column of some type in the direction that the frying pan came from.
Okay. So I am going to attempt to use movement of the mind. Is there a door between me and him?
Looks like there might be. Just from the angle that you're looking at it, it looks like it's a door.
Okay, so basically the movement of the mind to basically just send a telekinetic force wave to just slam it shut and hold it.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm not going to require.
Oh.
I'm not going to require a roll on this one.
Okay.
I think you do have to spend the blood point though.
Yeah, I do. I believe so.
Yep.
So
As
it's done.
soon as that happens,
I hope.
as soon as that happens, you hear a voice from behind the door. Hey, what the fuck, man? Obviously, slightly muffled, but you get the point.
Okay.
Meanwhile, back up at Combat Central.
I don't respond. Yeah.
So how was the fight of the Immortals going up there, Josh?
All right. So, you talking to me or PJ? I'm confused here.
The guy didn't soak the two of the lightning, so that puts him in torpor.
Yeah, he's
that drops him. That drops him. He literally falls back into the bed. And you see as the hand that swiped at you falls to the side with that same icky liquid on the fingers rolling off of them onto the bed sheets, and then beginning to the cloth of the bed sheets beginning to eat away. And you also notice that the other hand has those similar bony protrusions.
Okay. Like, is the stake burning? Like, is this his blood, or is this just like whatever? Just something like in his hands?
And now that you've had a chance to look at it, it looks like he's got something like flowing through his hand.
Oh.
Like there's something pumping it through his vein, like something pumping it through the vein of his where those like I said, they look like they should be fingers, but they look more like a bony protrusions rather than actual fingers where the fingers would be at. And they almost look like they may be hollow, and this liquid like substance looks to be pumping through them.
Okay, well, I have medicine. I'm just gonna take time while whatever the girl downstairs is doing is what she's doing. I'm just gonna try to find whatever that is and make it stop like pumping, so he doesn't randomly die or something from acid being in his body.
Make the actual roll.
Intelligence medicine?
Yep, intelligence medicine.
That's a 6 dice.
Okay. Oh.
That is a failure, not a botch.
Yep.
You're not exactly sure how this is, how he's pulling this off. You would, if it's blood, he must have a rather high blood pool to still been pumping this much blood and still be up moving.
All right, I'm gonna taste the blood. I have an open wound in his chest. I assume I can.
Oh yeah, God yes. As you do so, it has an oddly sweet taste. Not the metallic that you would expect. And it immediately hits you. You have read somewhere, either in your own library or the Prince's library, somewhere, you don't remember, but you've read somewhere about there being some type of an infernalist chant or ritual that can that can basically create a secondary heart that generates this acidic substance.
Dude. Well, that's not cool. But what clan is he? Or I guess roll me 10 dice so I can find out.
Oh, yep.
Josh,
right.
10 dice.
As soon as we do this, all right. As soon as he gets this roll, we'll hop back downstairs because it'll make a good transition.
Sure. Oh my God! Yeah, I definitely know his clan and if he's diablerized and what Jenny is and like all the things.
Jin, he is Jin 8. His diablerie, if you were to read his R, you wouldn't be able to see. You wouldn't see the forest for the trees. There'd be no R. It would be nothing but black veins. And you have found yourself a Zemis. Meanwhile, back downstairs.
Yes, downstairs. And Constance is like the least sneaky person on Earth. Um, so she's going to attempt. Um, where did the sound of the fighting come from?
Some distance away, up on the second story of the house.
Okay, so how am I in the basement then?
No, you're on the first level.
Or am I-
You're on the first level.
I'm on the
It's
first
a two-story. It's,
Okay.
yeah, you're on the first floor
Is
of a
there
two-story home.
is there any way I could potentially get to the second floor without having to go past this guy?
Yeah, he's actually behind you. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the door is shut, and I'm going to drop my will on the door and then see if I can get upstairs as quickly as possible to the fighting, because I have no idea how to deal with this situation. Constance is not used to breaking and entering.
All right. As you head up there, it's immediately obvious where the fight has occurred. Actually, you are actually seeing these weird burn marks on the wall, like almost like a veined burn mark, heading towards the direction of where the fight had occurred. As you come
Can I
around a
roll
corner, yes, you can. As you come around a corner, though, you do see the good Duke is standing over another gentleman of rather ugly disposition who is laying in a bed.
Your Excellency, hope all is well.
Yes, of course.
The burns
There's
on the
someone behind
bulb appear to be
you. May
lightning
want to
strikes.
deal with them.
There's what?
Okay. There was someone downstairs. I didn't see who, but they threw a frying pan at my head and got up to you as soon as possible.
Okay, why didn't you just stop them?
Sorry?
Why didn't you just stop them then?
You're breaking up, man.
Why did you not just stop whoever was downstairs?
I haven't broken into many buildings in the past. I'm not exactly sure what the proper protocol for these things is.
When you break into a building that has infernalists, if you're attacked, just destroy whoever's attacking you.
Okay.
Preferably torpor, but
And
whatever happens.
she returns downstairs. She's like, all right, let me go deal with this.
All right. As you're heading back by, now you've put together what those burn marks are. They're lightning strikes.
Interesting.
Oh, when you came upstairs, Woodrow's hands were still glowing with lightning. Whatever.
Okay. Well, that's a conversation that will happen later. Yeah, so she goes downstairs and is ready for whatever.
I swear to God, if you don't open this door, I swear to God, I will come out there. And it's about that time as you see the door flies open and a small, elderly man rolls out to the floor in front of you. Butcher knife and what looks to be a pot lid in his other hand.
Okay. Excuse me. So I immediately shoot another bolt, like basically try to drag him into the ground. You just grab him and slam him down, bring him down.
All right, he does so.
Good.
What the hell? What the hell? I should have known. Don't buy this house. Don't buy this house. Somebody told me not to buy this damn house, and I bought it anyway. Now I'm stuck in this shit.
Who's your friend upstairs? Talk quickly.
What friend upstairs? There's not supposed to be anybody in here.
Really?
Look, man.
So at this point, I'm going to
Look, just
come
take
around to
whatever you
him.
need. Just please, just don't hurt me. Please, just take whatever you want. Just please, just don't hurt me.
Okay, does he seem to have any awareness? Does he seem to have any kind of strange or occult nature to him? Awareness perception.
No, he looks to be. He
Rolling
looks just to
now.
be just some. He looks to be again. I'll let you know off the roll if you get more, but initially he looks to just be some, just mundane, feeble old man.
Depending on success, what's the difficulty?
Standard difficulty of 6.
Okay, so 5 successes.
Oh yeah, he's nothing. No supernatural. The man probably barely even knows what probably wouldn't even know a ghost if he saw it. He looks to be just a
Okay.
regular, mundane, feeble old man. And when I say feeble, you throwing him to the floor almost looks like it might have mangled a knee or something. And but he's nothing.
And now Constance curses the fact that she doesn't know Dominate. All right. I go up to the man. I basically grab him with the force of my power. And can I basically slam the door into his head?
Yes, you can.
Is it? And I'm going to do that until he stops moving.
Yep, no combat roll necessary. You're able to knock him unconscious. Actually, one good solid blow does it.
Unconscious, or can we keep going?
One good solid blow knocks him unconscious.
Actually, let's roll. Do I have any dots in medicine? Like investigation.
Yeah,
I don't have any medicine. Damn. Okay.
You can make a chance. You can make a chance roll. You'll need a 10.
Repeat that, please.
You can make a chance roll if you would like. You will need a 10.
Why not? So just perception?
Yes.
Nada. Okay.
Yep, no go.
Okay. Well, I am going to just keep slamming the door until it doesn't, it's reasonably certain that he's dead.
Yeah, he's out. He's gone.
Okay. And then I return upstairs.
Crushed windpipes. Crushed windpipes to the point of having exposed vocal cords usually does kill someone.
Yeah, I would figure.
But now you have
and
to
I
make
return
a
upstairs.
humanity roll. Now you have to make a humanity roll because you didn't have to kill him, but you chose to because it was convenient.
Yep.
All right. He's right.
Roll your conscience.
Versus what? Or is it just my straight conscience?
It's
conscience versus difficulty.
Conscience standard
Sorry.
difficulty.
Conscience need a 6.
One
Bam.
success.
So that means
You're
that
fine.
Yeah, don't feel bad about it at all.
No.
But you do feel bad.
No, that's not. You're right. It's the other way around. It's the other way
do
around.
feel
terrible. You're like crying blood tears because you killed this old man unnecessarily.
Uh-huh.
And she's okay. She's quite broken up. And she returns to the Duke. The man living here has been dealt with. What do we have? Something we can do?
He looks at you and he was like, "Was he infernal?"
He didn't have the taint of it.
Why did you kill him?
Because you told me to, in the house of an infernalist, to kill all.
I expect that you have a modicum of self-awareness. I will clarify more finely next time. You only need to kill the infernal. If people aren't infernal, it is not necessary that you destroy them.
I understand, Your Grace. I don't know what got into me.
Stop crying, girl. It's unseemly.
Okay, and she manages to pull herself together. I don't know if I have to spend willpower or test willpower or anything.
Sure, whatever.
Not necessary.
No,
Not
you
needed.
just
It's
Usually
clear
we
that
don't.
she
Usually
allowed-
for something like that, unless it's a major plot thing, we usually don't require it.
Um, what's our next step?
Go outside, get in your vehicle, and go the other direction, and look for where that vehicle went that had I say whatever the name of the Bruhag Southern Kings.
Mm-hmm.
Find that vehicle where it went. Go look into it. I'm going to look through this house for any infernal iconography or anything they might have been using to start a summoning.
Do you have a way that I can? We've previously been contacting each other through some means, haven't we?
Yeah, whatever. You
that
have
okay?
my number.
Yeah, it's been by letter.
Yeah, it's been by letter. I give you my number now, though, and I tell you that my number changes frequently, so it's best that I have your number rather than the other way around.
I give it freely.
Sure.
And then I exit out the back door, and
All right, and we will switch things over to that investigation here in just a second. Josh.
Yes, sir.
As your research continues, you get a name.
Mm-hmm.
The name of a reverend. And Walt, you know the reverend I'm referring to. If you can double check his
Billy?
name for me, please. Yes.
Billy? Okay. All right, just
By the way, something I'm going to do as an aside is, since the Baptists are threatening this local pagan group, I'm going to hook them up with a lawyer, because been through having contacts with such things, I'm gonna throw a little bit of resources their way to kind of help even the odds a little bit, because religious discrimination is something not very good, especially when, First Amendment and all.
All right. As soon as he gets you that name, we'll keep rolling.
so hiring a lawyer against the Baptists, or
Yeah, just kind of contributing money to the pagan legal defense because,
okay, I got you. All right. Let's see. Henrik Persson.
Heinrich person, okay.
Henrik Persson. And that's an Henrik and 2 S's on person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, do I need to make a resource roll, or what do I wind up spending?
Well, at this late an hour, you're actually not able to get up with anybody.
Yep, no problem.
But
Alright.
Something you can work towards.
Alright, checking out this person's guy with a perception investigation roll. Here we go, and
So,
4 successes. Sure.
all right, give him the information on the church, please.
Okay. Philadelphia Lutheran Church is in Hickory.
Alright. I at least know Lutherans are.
And
Yeah.
Just so you know, Hickory is in the Foothills District.
The foothills near. Near.
Foothills District.
Okay.
So yeah, it's the one just over from Appalachia.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be anywhere near Wolf and bite me to death
No.
for snack.
Uh-uh.
All right. Okay.
And you know enough from you've been working a little bit with David enough to know that this is Amos's territory.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm basically going to alert Amos that I'm doing an investigation there. I'm not going to step on her toes, basically just going to be warning her that I'm doing an investigation on a local church because it has something to do with this 7 iconography popping up all over town.
All right.
Right.
And that, Josh, is where we will see Mr. Ashford exit the scene, because there is I will give you more information later. Feel free to hang out and watch, but as far as character-wise, that is where we will see him off for the evening.
No problem.
Back at the house, PJ, as you are scouring this home, you come across something odd. There are blueprints in a file folder that match the blueprints of the governor's mansion up in Raleigh, the same mansion where the Elysium meetings had been happening. Also, in this file folder is a picture. Granted, it's a tad blurry, but a picture of the prince. As you continue searching through, you find plans for what looks like a hit to be carried out on the prince.
No. By what or who? This guy? Like,
Yeah.
does it say, like, I killed the prince or whatever? I'm like, oh.
The date, however, is not future. It's several months back.
Oh. What if Josiah isn't Josiah? Like back when Biltmore was Prince, or back when before Josiah?
Back before, no, it was before. The date's actually familiar to you. If you think back,
Is it when he got kidnapped?
several months ago, there, yeah.
Huh. So, like, looking at the plans, like, does it look likely that this guy is the guy that kidnapped the prince?
It's
Or that the
very likely.
kidnapping, yeah, I finally found
If
this guy.
If it wasn't him, he knows who did it.
All right. Well, do you want to run the torture scene again, or I'm gonna use instead of just making up stuff, I'm just gonna roll intimidation and manipulation, and I'm gonna torture the shit out of this guy.
Alrighty. Make me 4 rolls and let me know the results of them when we
All right.
come back to you. Miss Hopkins, a
Yeah.
wits investigation, please.
6
To
dice,
track
Josh.
down
Roll
the
it 4
vehicle.
times.
Oops. There we go. That should be 4 successes.
All right, you're able to basically, based on what you remember of where the car was going, you basically have, you're able to have your goal follow in that general area, and something catches your attention. Just out of the corner of your eye, as you're scanning the area, you see in a field about 50 or 60 feet off the road. In a field, there looks to be a bonfire that has been built. There are several cars parked there on the side of the road. some distance back with that bonfire, there look to be, larger pickup trucks, a couple of trucks that are lifted on lift kits. Redneck special out there in the field.
Oh, sure.
And as you're driving by, not only did you find one car with the Southern Kings logo, you find several that are pulled off the side of the road.
I keep driving and text the coordinates to the Duke immediately, with basically the message, photos, if I can take them, if the light's good enough. Basically saying, we have, looks like we've got a group meeting this weekend, or a group meeting, come quickly, meet you there. And perception, estimated numbers. Do you want me to perception something?
Yeah.
Or how many do I?
Well, you see there's 3 actual cars that are parked on the side of the road. The light of the fire, you're able to make out maybe about 5 or 6 trucks.
Okay. And then people around the fire, or do I have visual on that?
Silhouettes, but about 10, 15.
Okay. I would say 10, 15, yeah, and I would relay that to the Duke. 10, 15 individuals, trucks, roaring bonfire, or half dozen trucks, roaring bonfire.
I text you to watch and wait.
Okay. I'm going to go basically continue driving like there's nothing up, if that's possible.
Oh yeah, you're able to get through with no problem.
wonderful.
Although as you're heading by, you do hear, as you're heading by, you both hear and see a glass bottle hit the side of your car as you're driving by.
Okay. I instruct my ghoul to drive faster, to pick up the pace a little bit, just so we don't have any trouble. As far as I know, it could have just been a, drunk hicks. That's how we're gonna play it. We're gonna move.
Okay. All right, Mr. Dannington. How did your interrogation roll?
Josh didn't hear me. Josh didn't hear me, so he didn't roll.
Oh, okay, sorry. Well, let's go ahead and get those rolls done now. Let's go ahead and get those rolls done. He needs 4. Actually, just roll 24 dice. We'll do
24.
Just roll 24 dice at standard difficulty.
Holy mother merms. Alright. Goodness me. Woo! You're having a good day.
Jesus, this guy spilled.
I negate that 1-1 as well.
Jesus Christ, this guy spilled. Like, big time spilled.
Cool.
Alright.
So
he kidnapped the prince. He was the one that got in there unseen. He's the one that's been feeding them the blood, or giving them the blood. He was intended on making war ghouls. The fact that you've attacked him has pretty much screwed that all up. He made deals with a man by the name. He made deals a while back, but with a man by the name of Roderick Tyson, and he has no clue what happened to Tyson because Tyson was supposed to come through on a deal with him, and he doesn't seem to know anything about a Southern Kings.
Sure. That's cool. Is he working with any other infernalists other than Roderick King? Or what? Tyson? Roderick Tyson. Sorry.
The only thing he mentions is the occult shop, and he also mentioned there's only a handful there. Most of the people that go in there don't even know what's going on.
Right. Can you give me the name specifically of those you have there that are doing your bidding?
The names he give you all sound familiar, as they are all names that were listed in that roster that you got a while back.
Great. So I'm gonna go kill all those people. That's fine.
All right.
But so that roll, he doesn't have any willpower left, and I'm gonna Diablerize him because he's infernal.
Okay, copy that.
Josh, can you roll me 9 dice? I'm spinning a will for an auto success.
All right. Da-da-da-da-da.
All right. And we'll take care of what you get off of him and everything.
Yeah, we'll get
after
off
the scene.
scene.
Yeah, we'll take care of all that. But we do need the roll recorded.
4, 5. Yep, that's cool.
All right.
Don't clear it yet, Josh.
Oh, shit.
Or actually, how many did he get? What was his successes?
5.
Okay, 5 successes. Now, with him having no willpower, he gets no roll against you. So he will be at plus 5 successes on the chart when we do it.
I'm at plus 5 successes. Yeah, I mean I think that's the max.
Yeah, you're good, man.
Cool.
Okay.
You're
All right. Now that that's handled, good. Sweet snack. Tasty samis.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. So where do we go from here?
Oh yeah, I have to go
Dannington.
fucking out to the. I'm gonna call up my ghouls. I have those 5 like kick-ass ghoul dudes, and I'm just gonna tell them to wait like not too far away, and I'm just gonna walk out to those rednecks out in the middle of the woods.
All right. As you get there, you notice that there is oddly just odd that there's a broken glass beer bottle laying in the road.
Sure.
As you get there, there's 3 vehicles on the side of the road. Very nice vehicles. We're talking, Porsches, Lambos, Maseratis, something odd that you would just leave on the side of the road. There is, a raging bonfire, and I'm not gonna have you rot Shrek because you would just spend the willpower to auto save it. But there is a raging bonfire out there in the woods. Several trucks, most of them up on lifts, and you hear a lot of commotion going on out there around that fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up, and if they're like just like fire dancing, doing Sabbat rituals, I guess we're gonna go on around, so I'm gonna kill everybody.
That's pretty much what they're doing, and I'm not even gonna roll into combat for it.
Okay, I just want
Wipe 'em
torpor
out.
1.
All right. You're able to torpor 1, but
Okay.
you're pretty sure it was their pack priest.
Yeah, fuck all.
All right.
The lame. Then my final thing to do this evening will be to call Josiah and walk back up
All
with
right.
the torpor dude.
All right. Constance, did you have something?
Oh no, I was gonna circle back around, but apparently he made quick enough work of, that he didn't need my help.
Yeah. Actually, as you circle back around, that fire is out, just gone.
Interesting.
And you also see that there's those 10 or 15 that were around the fire are now 10 or 15 bodies that are laying around the fire.
Okay. I assume. Well, I'll go. I'll step out and check them. Are
Yeah, they're gone.
in any
They're
kind of
handled.
state of anything?
They are handled.
Okay.
You also see that the Duke is headed back to that Escalade, that same Escalade that you saw him in the first time, and you see he's pulled out a cell phone.
I'll return to my my vehicle as well and just await instructions.
He looks at you and says, "You've acquitted yourself admirably. You may stay in my dukedom."
Thank you, Your Excellency. I apologize for my lack of decorum previously.
It has nothing to do with decorum. I am not an iron-fisted duke. I expect you to have free will and think. Any situation where I tell you to go kill everyone, if there's right to question if there are weak or if there are people who would cause no harm and they merely need their memories erased, just bring them to me and I will see that it's done. Next time, have forethought and don't put your humanity at risk unless you're killing what needs to be killed, not what's convenient to be done.
I will heed your words and take your lessons to heart, Excellency.
And he kind of like casually throws a body in the back of his Escalade, and he gets in. Tell me
Right.
where you wish to reside. If you choose, you may have the you can have the chantry of the defunct regent of this area.
Oh, excellent. My home here before I left, is a local plantation, some 20 to 30 miles outside of Greenville. I would be taking that, but if the chantry is available,
I
I
killed
will.
and diablerized the old regent as he was an infernalist.
Oh, very good, very good. I'm
This
sure.
does ring. This does ring something of something that you were told that there was a former regent that apparently that was accused and found guilty of infernalism.
Okay, wonderful. So that night when I get home, I'm gonna basically return home unless the Duke has any further orders for me.
Yeah,
Um,
he tells you to burn down the plantation house that you used to live in.
okay.
All right. If you're staying in the chantry that I'm allowing you to stay in, then burn down that plantation house.
Yeah, absolutely. I assume that I'll have enough time to get things in order, remove.
Yeah. You'll have all the time that's necessary.
Yeah, I mean he didn't put a
Um,
time limit on it. He just told you he wanted that plantation burned.
sure. Well, she says it's sad to see such a tragedy befall my family home, but if that's what is required to be regent, I will see that it's done.
Your clan makes you regent. I give you his chantry. There's a distinct difference.
I apologize. I'm getting ahead of myself.
When the Duke takes off his coat before he gets in, he'll also raise up the back of his shirt to you, and you see like the crisscross lashings of a whip. Like
Care to share
clearly
your
he
story,
was.
Excellency?
No, I just want your plantation house burned. He'll get inside of
I
his car
understand.
and he'll drive away.
All right. Meanwhile, in the car, as he has finally actually hit the digits for the prince, the phone rings a couple of times, and you hear actually Biltmore pick up. And as you specifically asked for Josiah, he hands the phone over. Good evening, Mr. Good evening, Mr. Dennington. What can I do for you this evening?
Another infernalist is dead.
Very well.
And he was the one that kidnapped you, so...
Very, very so much. Well, does tell me, Mr. Dennington, does he still reside among the undead, or have you sent him to meet his maker?
He's... will never be a problem to anyone again.
Well, no, I understand that, but that was not the answer that I was hinting at.
He
I
is
was
dead.
more concerned. Ah, very well, very well. Fortunately, I will not be able to slap him about. But anyway, for that, I will owe you a major boon.
I also have the plans to your haven, as he had the plans to your haven. Or maybe it was your haven the governor's mansion?
Oh no, sir, Mr. Dennington. That was I have better sense than that.
Yeah. It's just an Elise, yeah. He had the plans to it and some other stuff, but it's irrelevant as he's dead. I have to kill people who he was ghouling, and he was giving out his blood, and they were doing what were rituals. I'm saying that with air quotes. You can't see right now, but
Yeah.
he was mass ghouling people. Oh, and also the Southern Kings, the Bruja in the area, are actually a Sabbat pack of some size, and they have their priest. Although I'm kind of tired, and I really don't want to fight anyone again this evening, so or torture them. So I'll probably pass them off to Enzo, and if you want to investigate with him, that's fine. But I just don't feel like it really.
Very well. Again, and Mr. Dannington, as always, you are a shining pillar of the Camarilla's justice in this domain, and I forever am in appreciation of this.
Of course. Have a good night, Prince.
But that being said, get your rest. This pack priest, as you call him, see to it that he is suitably sequestered, and as far as I'm concerned, I could care less if he met the sun.
Of course. So, Woodrow, assuming that it's so close to day, will assume that the Tremere chick is not going to go to the Chantry tonight. She's
Right.
probably going back to her plantation house. And so he is actually going to stay in the Chantry tonight because he can't go back to his house right now, and it's inconvenient.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, for some reason, you were told that apparently nobody really knew where this Chantry was, but apparently the Duke does.
Yeah. So good for me. I will be informing. I assume we're close to the sun, but either tonight. I don't know if you want to do the full scene or not. I'm going to, as soon as possible, contact Vienna and update them, or my
Very well.
advisor between there and Vienna. Check in.
Well, actually, it would be the other regent would be your closest contact.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, we'll have a conversation then. She wanted one anyways.
I said we'll take care of that. Yeah, I said we'll take care of that scene on another night. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been the continuing adventures of the Vampires of Tarheel by Dark. We have seen the destruction of a Sabbat pack this evening, as well as some information on long brewing questions. The only way to find out more is to stay tuned. More episodes are on the way, ladies and gentlemen. Don't touch that dial.
Whoa.